Guys, let's start. First of all, welcome to another episode of, you can say, the series that we are doing, where we giving practical sessions, and we are actually, chatting with people one on one and trying to understand what are their problems when it comes to the field of digital marketing. And right now, we have been doing content on social media. So one of the main things like people always struggle with is getting more and more posts created, and always there's this issue wherein आइडिया था बट पोस्ट बनाने के लिए ग्राफिक डिजाइनर चाहिए एंड डिजाइन जो है बनाना डिफिकल्ट है तो the ideas just stay like ideas and they never get executed. So that's where I thought it would be super cool to maybe have a session wherein I show non-designers how they can also create, because right now with technology and with all these things coming, becoming so simple, it's more and more people can actually start putting their voice out there, right? So this is where the idea of this particular you can say workshop came in, and that's where we are. So first of all, you guys wondering who the hell is this voice? This voice is me. Okay. Uh, I am Jaljit Ajani. To put it very simple, I live my life with this simple funda: I do nothing, I do everything. Now, because of this funda in life, I have been able to understand a lot of things in various, you can say, different streams. Like my background comes from animation as well as literature as well as marketing and even people, you can say, one-on-one interacting with people in an offline job. So over the years, I have kind of, got this whole idea of what people would like to hear, okay, and what businesses should communicate. Now, this is where I sort of started seeing a gap. The brands don't know how to communicate with people, and sometimes, at times, brands find it very difficult to be human. So my intention is just with content, fill that gap in, make brands sound more human, as well as make enable people. So once I started my own agency with my partner Amjad Desai, the challenge was creating, all these things like creating posts, creating content, and that's why I could see few gaps wherein people and actually designers also find it difficult at times, right? So this is where I came up with this idea that content creation does not have to be difficult. It's simple. It's something which everyone and anyone can. So last week, I don't know how many of you guys, attended my session, but I'll tell you a quick. I'll show you something very quick. Why this idea came up. This is not working. Instagram is actually upgrading themselves, so that's why you might be facing these issues at times. Anyways, let's check it out on Facebook. So what happened last week is, few of my designers, they were not well, and because of that, there was some posts which could not have been created. So what I did is I actually just created this. Okay. Now the idea here is this is a event from last week, which is cut the chase. Here's how you create content. The idea was, if you read the caption also, the post was created in 5 minutes flat. It's a myth that content creation should take time. So point being, simple है content बनाना, अपन बहुत complicate कर रहे हैं. But beyond that, what happens is I realize कि I am talking about it, but I'm not showing you guys how to create content. So this particular session is special because I'm just going to talk about how do you create content and what are some ways in which you can actually create content fast. Okay. So I have, what my imagination of you guys out there is, you guys are this, you guys are cheering for me, you guys are trying to tell me do your best, and that's what I am about to do. The agenda is basically to get rid of the biggest excuse, that is, I am not a designer. Yeah, you need to forget these words. You need to push yourself beyond these words and start creating content, because now How many of you guys think creating content in today's world and having a voice is important? If you guys think it is important, then just write me, M-E, okay, in the chat, and please, yeah. So I can see there are a few people who are putting in me. Guys, your chat, if you want, what you could do is just switch to all panelists and attendees so that everyone can see it. Because a few of you guys are just having, just messaging the panelists. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So all of us agree on one thing that, content creation as well as now, content creation by itself is nothing. If I create my content, like gone are the days when I used to create content and, keep it for myself. Now the main fact is if you want to communicate with the world around you and if you want people to reach out to you versus you reaching out to them every time and then proving your worth, it's important to to put content out there. Okay, you can put content on any social media platform or any you can say digital platform for that case. The second thing which we are going to see is what is the secret to post more content. Okay, so actually speaking, there is no secret. The secret is very simple. Secret is if you do more, okay, you will obviously have more things to communicate. But we'll see how that happens. The problem is we think ये करना है, but अपन कर नहीं पाते हैं. So that's the gap which I want to bridge. How do you repurpose content? This is something which is important. If you create content in one format, how do you change it to other social media platforms? Because all social media platforms are different. And the last thing, obviously, which we are going to see is how do we create posts live. So right now, I am going to basically stop talking much. And what I'm going to do is there are these boards which I have made or lists which I have made. One is carousel all the way. I will just shuffle them a bit. Okay. And what I will do is I will just start from single post. There is some webinar. So my next webinar, I have a problem right now. My next webinar is for next Saturday, but I don't have the post ready for it. So I'm going to create it live in this particular workshop. The second part is carousels all the way. So there are a few examples of carousels which we can create. So let's see which one we decide to. And this done is nothing else but जो भी post अपना बन गया, we'll create that post, we'll put it out here. Okay, solid. So let's start creating content. Now, single post may I have just defined, few ideas which are it can be anything, but I had to take something. So one of the main things which I'm seeing with work from home, where people are struggling, right? It's time management. So this is where I sort of just created an outline. The first post which I want to create is too many tasks, too little time. And this is something which I think most of us would be feeling कि यार बहुत ज़्यादा काम है, but क्या करूँ, कैसे करूँ? So that's what I want to combat or I want to create. So I would like to take the help of a tool called Crello. Okay, Crello is nothing else but it's similar to Canva, and this is a simple tool which a marketer or anyone can use. Okay, it's got these formats. So what's beautiful about these things is with technology, uh, all the things which a designer has to manually do here automatically happens. Like, think of it as a designer, you need to be sure about Instagram पे कौन सा size का post जाएगा. And there are these abstract, measures or ratios which are like 1:1, 2:3, 4:3, and it's crazy. Like, how many things can we keep tabs on, right? So this is where it comes in, and we start looking at tools like Trello or Canva, or there is something known as Spark, and all these tools help us. Arpit has been using Trello. It's simple and best. Perfect. So let's just look at this, how we can create this thing. Okay. Now the idea is simple. I have this image copy, too many tasks, too little time. This is the idea which I want to communicate. Now this idea can be communicated in variety of ways. Let's just look at few of them. As you go through Trello, you get to see a lot of you can say templates and all which are existing already. So if something fits your bill, then you can just pick it up. Now there are different categories of of posts or templates also. So let's say for example you're from a very specific industry or you're from a very specific business. Okay, so this is where you could actually start defining, and it would give you those kind of themes. So let's say for example, uh, too many posts, too little time. That sounds like something interesting, but we could just look at maybe arts and handicraft is what the section I would like to look at. Okay, it's not compulsory that you, if you are into corporate, you will look at corporate kind of a thing itself. And the intention out here is, if you can see below each and every post, there is something which is given, whether it's an Instagram ad, and also the resolution is given. Okay, so if you're a designer and you're worried about what resolution that you're getting, or if you want to even some things you want to print out, right? You can actually create high resolution stuff also out here. Now, the intention is very simple. Pick up something that works for you. Now, what we are talking about is too many tasks, too little time. So, how do we communicate this idea visually is what we need to check out. Let's check out a few more designs. There are these Facebook posts. Okay, I like this particular idea. Okay, basically, right now with the whole work from home situation, it's like laptop. We live the laptop life. We used to live it earlier, and we live the mobile life. मोबाइल पे आता है notification, लैपटॉप पे हम लोग काम करते हैं. So this is what you know becomes our post. So I just take this template and I say the story of our lives. You know, too many tasks. And as you're seeing, I'm just very simply able to edit these things. It doesn't take me much. I'm just stretching stuff, and if I want to size it up and down, like scale it, then I can do that also. If I want to move something, I can move it. Okay, so too many tasks. Now this particular you can say line, I again want to write in the same page. So I've deleted that one. And what I would want to do is I would want to duplicate this. So this is where, if you see, I have this option of duplicate, and I can just move it down. One second, someone is at the door. Just a second. So this is where Listen, Canva as well as Trello, they are more or less the same, you can say. But obviously, I found this more, you can say, user friendly. I don't know, and I got this crazy deal. I think last week or something, when I got this as a lifetime subscription for, I think, just $40 or something. So which is crazy. Yes, AppSumo. That's crazy. So this is something, as you can see, the story of our lives, too many tasks, too little time. What does your day look like? Now, what I'm trying to do is, if you see in our post, okay, or in our caption, only one thing was mentioned: too many tasks, too little time. What I have started doing is I've just started adding some context to it. Now, I can select multiple, you can say, things also together. Now, what I want to do is I want to move this as a unit to make task too little time. So I'm just pressing shift on my keyboard and actually able to select both of them and move them together. Okay. So these are basic generic things which are always there in these kind of softwares. I can also scale up, scale down these things so that it fits the size. Earlier it was big. Now when I make it small, it makes more sense to me. Okay, I could also make it small in this way. Yeah. If you want to give more attention to something, then we can. Now, the main idea which I want you guys to take away from this particular webinar is simple. Start creating stuff, and creating stuff does not take a lot of time. Right now, I don't know if you guys have accounts which are greater than 10,000, 20,000 followers, because when it's about 10,000, 20,000 followers, I would recommend having a specific idea into this, okay, or having a specific brand guideline integrated. But if not, you don't need to worry about. Now Priyanka Yadav says, can we integrate brand specific fonts? Yeah, you can actually select your fonts over here. Okay, so most popular fonts will be available. So, and when I say that, right now people are used to using Montserrat for everything, or else even something as simple as, let's say, Gothic is there. Davis New is something which people like. Few others which are not there, I think this way, how can I integrate it? Let's check that out actually. Just give me 1 second. I will come back to that. Okay. So what I want to do over here is, now this is what we have got at this moment as a post. If I am happy with this, what I could do is I could just download it. Okay, it gives me options to download in various sizes. I will just download it in JPEG for now because there's no transparency as such. So I'm okay with that. Let's create a folder because otherwise we'll go crazy. So you uh, you don't you don't need to be a designer. Post 01. So that's how we got our first post running. Now, what has happened in all this while, I had not been thinking about, I just picked up a template and I did not think about whether that's the correct size of the template or something like that. Okay. So it seems like square, but it's not an absolute square, it's a rectangle. Okay. So this is where I'm now stuck. But if you see, my task here is done. However, what I will do is I will go back to Trello. Okay. And there's this cool option here, resize. Now, if I click on resize, I get to create a square graphic post out of this. Okay. Or else I get to create a Instagram post. And what I'm doing is, if you see, I have selected multiple things. Okay. I also want to create a story out of this. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just create a Instagram post and resize. What it does is it opens up a new tab with the new size. So as you can see, this is currently the gap which we have to fill is the gap which we see on top. So what we do is we just stretch up these elements. Okay, if you want, you can pull that in. We got this guy. So initially, I'm going a little slow because I'm explaining a lot of these things, but later I think we will increase the pace. So as you can see, I have already got my post sized as per Instagram standard. Okay. So we created a Facebook post, but we also created an Instagram post, and it just got created in like less than 5 minutes. I just go ahead, I download it, So if my marketing team or if I myself want to post in different places, right? I need to know what sizes it needs to be in, and I just need to know the name of actually where I'm posting it. Like this was supposed to be on Instagram post 01. So I got that going. I come over here on Trello. I add this, okay, and I'm done. I know it for a fact. This is a proper Instagram post, okay. So no worries on that. Uh, so the first post is too many tasks, too little time, okay. The next thing which I want to create is what if I tell you there is a better way to do this? So this is more like a question, right? So let's see if there is a template which actually gives us that kind of a feeler. Now, if there is no template that gives us that feel, still, what I would do is I would just pick this up. Let's say something as simple as, let's look at it. And if you see, there are the templates are more or less like, never ending. If I click on load more templates, it's going on adding more templates, right? So few of them are perfect if you guys are into certain businesses like fitness or you can say fresh food delivery or something like that or specs or something around these things. If you can use it, you can just pick this up and go for it. What I would want to do is you can see a lot of Corona posts also. Okay, so I'll just go back home and I would just write in a word question. So what Trello does is Trello will search for this thing. Okay. So I have a question right now and it's giving me this theme and I like this theme because that's what my post is. What if I tell you there is a better way? So I can just pick this post. I can pick my text up from Trello and I can change the text as I want. Like I need not stick to it if it makes sense. Okay. What I mean by that is I just copy pasted my text, but I feel the text this is too much of text. So what I would do is I would just create this like, is there a better way to do this? Okay. Second thing, what's happening is my font right now, it's not in the same way as it was earlier. So what I would just do is I would try to maintain my brand by seeing and maintaining the font. So this font is called Quicksand. It's at 38 pixels. So I would come over here and I would just change this to Quicksand. Okay. 1 second. I think it was bold, and I would think to use maybe some color in this. Okay. The background, let's say if the background looks dull, and if we want a different background or something, we could think of that. So you have this particular tab out here, which is background. Okay. There are colors, patterns, anything which you want. So over here, I don't want a very, jazzy background and all. I would just want maybe color and maybe a different kind of a color. So let's come to this. You can also choose this color like this. Okay. I don't know what to do with these guys, so I'm just deleting them. But this particular individual, I want to increase, I want to make my post more visual. So what I would do is I would just scale this up in a way. if there is a way to give her a thought bubble or something, right? So what I would just, if you see, I have searched for bubble earlier, so it's showing me. And because she's thinking, I would want her to, actually think about this in the right way. So let's say I just pick this guy up. Now you can flip this, okay, if you want. Right now it's okay. Now what I feel is my character should be smaller. So I can make that easily. Put this out here. Make these guys fit in a better way. Okay. Pick up this guy and I increase it like this. Yeah. Is there a way? See, yeah. So right now, if you see when I come out of it, the layering is different. Like the thought bubble is on top, so I can actually control the layering and I can say bring backward. Okay, it's as simple as that. This guy, what I would want to do is I like this formation. I just want to decrease the font so that it fits all in. Yeah, and I would just give it a classic black because I think that's what would work for us. And this guy, I would just make it into white. Yeah, because the contrast will help us better than what it is right now. And this guy, okay, okay, perfect. You know, so this is how we can actually start creating these things in a very clear manner. I would also like to change this thing slightly, maybe to a gray or something, because for some reason I was, not kind of a big fan of that color. Is there a better color? For some reason, I like these electric blues nowadays. So I'm kind of biased, but yeah, I think this color works for me. Okay. And this is how I can create this. This is a square post. It's a video post for some reason. Oh, wow. So there is an animation also. If I want, I can just download it as a JPEG. Okay. And one second. That's a bad thing to do at this moment. I will just download it maybe as a GIF or something, or else I would just download it as an MP4. So this guy is coding, coding, coding. Cool. Any questions till now? What do you guys think? Is this simpler than how you guys would start thinking about content? Okay, and we got this downloaded, right? So that's it. That's all that I can do. That's all that I want to do at this moment. And what I will do out here is I also want to quickly just make a story. So I resize this and I resize this into an Instagram video story. Now, video story, it gives me the benefit of, height. It's vertical. And because of that vertical relation, I can do a lot more. So let's, just increase this a bit. This guy comes over here. Neeraj, I am finding Trello a lot more easier than Canva for some reason. I don't know. Maybe personal bias, but yeah. I could even, if I want, at the edge, if I go, I can rotate these things. So, if I want to specifically put these things out there. And in just like roughly not even 2 minutes, because it's faster than Maggie noodles for some case, I can just download this and I'm done. Neeraj, I would say it's not about, I'm not trying to, pitch Crello to you guys. What I'm trying to tell you guys is there are simpler ways to create this content. It's not about, it's nothing about like, you have to be a designer or you have to do things in a particular way. I'm creating my content, I'm uploading this, okay, on Credo, so my social team can actually take this up and they can actually post this. Uh, so the narrative which I'm trying to build is too many tasks, too little time. Okay, we created this post for those who were not there at that point. Okay, and that's the story of our lives right now. So then the narration went to, what if I tell you there is a better way to do this? And then we say enter project management. Okay, so project management is this whole idea which I don't know how many of you guys have been bombarded by it, but right now what's happening in my life is I would say roughly 6 to 7 years ago, I had gone for some seminar or somewhere, right? And I saw where I was attending my seminar, next to it, there was a seminar for PMP. And I was like, what the hell is PMP? And that's where I got introduced to this term of project management. And I didn't know ki it would be such a big thing now, but it is one of the main trending keywords of my life. Like off Google, if I tell you, not Google, but I'm saying actually that's the SEO of my life. I'm seeing project management everywhere. Okay, so again, let's get back to the basics. I go back to the homepage. Um, Now, the communication that we want to do is enter project management. So you need to have maybe a rough idea of what it would look like, or else if you don't know, that's also okay. What you could do is you could just mix and match, just stroll around for inspiration, and you could get something. So what I would want to do is I want to inspire people for project management and getting this idea in their head. So that's where I would just use certain imagery which is going to inspire them. And I would just go ahead and I would just use this particular cool thing which I saw the other day. And I just would use this to, drive that idea. I could go to the text, I could change the alignment. I want this particular idea to be rock solid for people. So let me just go crazy with the font. Okay. Yeah. This font I don't need. What I could also do is if I click on the font, I could also scale it down like this so that it's more user friendly. Uh, there's Sputnik for some reason rolling there. And I just have this. The idea with this creative or this story is, it's just a simple, neat thing which is going to draw attention to it when this goes out there. The term enter project management is not getting maybe highlighted or something for some reason. So what I would try and do is I would just try and duplicate this for the first part. Okay, as I duplicate it, here's a cheap way to make shadows happen for you. So what you could do is you could go to the layer manager. Okay, if I can find that 1 second. Yeah, pages. This is where it is. So right now, okay, this is part one. This is on top and this is on bottom. I would just come over here and I would change its fill color and I would change it to black. And this guy, I would just keep it on top and just offset it by a smidge. Okay, so just like this, and you got your shadow in. You don't need to think about acha abhi shadow kaise dalna hai. There I'm sure there must be a simpler way to do it out here, and if you see out here there are different styles of fonts and all those things. This is what I think, Priyanka, you were asking for. you can upload your fonts over here. Okay, I swear I didn't know it right now. That's why I averted that question at that point, but I found it. So Priyanka, this is where you can actually upload your custom fonts, and that would work. And the formats are TTF, OTF, so which is great. Styles is something which I'm interested in, because in styles, if you see, there are different kinds of you can say styles which work directly, which you might know ki your brand, it would look good on your brand. So that's how you can actually create this. So we have created this post also. I'm happy with this. Okay, I'm just going to download this. I like the pace at which we are going. We've created somewhere around. Uh, this is our third post, which is like a video story. So let's come over here. And what I always like to do is finish my task entirely in one go, because I don't want to come back to it again. It always takes time, right? Now, there's this particular thing, tools of project management. Okay. So, when you search on social media, let's say my content guy has been lazy and he's just given me the tools के ऊपर एक post बना दे. So I don't want to go back to him or her and tell them कि अरे you have not done your work or something. But there are some few tools which you can see out here, right? So what I would just do is I would just and what I more than the Google search, what I like is the image search. Now this is what I would look in for. The 9 best tools for project management, and these are basically tools like Trello, Asana, Basecamp, Dropbox, things which people would use. So if I just click on this one particular thing, because the whole idea is if you are going to make it, little also complicated for people to do, then people are not going to kind of, follow the same. So instead, we can make it simpler, and this is where we get all these tools. So Asana, Planio, Flow, Paper, Trello, Roadmonk, Jira, Basecamp, Confluence. Now these are all project management tools. You would be surprised to know Trello, Jira, Confluence are from the same company, Atlassian. Okay, the other things are from different companies again. Basecamp is I think, one of the earliest, you can say, project management tools which I have used. It was crazy at that point, but now I feel somewhere at home with Trello. Okay, so what we just need to do is we just need to pick these icons up and put those in out there. So what you might want to do is, just go to Trello PNG logo, do a Google search, because I just want to show these different kind of tools out there. So again, save these images. So I have got this folder which I have made for today. Again, folder and file management is primary, so you need to name things in the right way. If you see what I've downloaded a SVG logo. Okay, if you see out here. Maybe I don't know if Trello supports SVG. Let's try it out. Okay, so again, let's just go back. Let's look at one of the things which we could use and then replace it out there. What I want is Insta post. Okay, and I would just search for something out here which will help me put these things in the right way. I would just pick up something way different from what we have picked up already, just to show that any design can be, optimized. What we are doing right now when we are choosing these templates, we are just choosing a start point. You have complete freedom and authority to change it and make it into what you would like to do. So if you see out here right now, all these start points are more or less on the lines of they're just giving me colors and all these things. They are not giving me the right kind of you can say collage sort of a look. So I could keep on searching, but that search also has to end at some point, right? So what I would do is I would just pick something as abstract as this, and this is how to start a podcast. Okay, or else let me look. I just search for computer and see what comes in, or else I can search for ads. Let's go outside homepage and search for ads. Okay, so these are you can say templates for ads. Yeah. So now we've got even menus and all those things. Social media posts are here. Okay, this is something which we could use for sure. I even like this. These are also great. So let's pick these up. Okay, use this template. Um, 1 second. Trello, simpler. Neeraj, 1 second. I will come back to your answers. 1 second. Can you search for templates instead of searching like this? Yes, Neeraj, we can search for templates. Okay, my intention right now is slightly different. So I'm just trying to fill that in. So what I'm trying to do out here is right now, let's say I'll zoom in a bit, and I want to write this title, which is Tools of Project Management. Okay, so I would just say tools. Okay, scale these guys up. These are lines which are easily like can be manipulated easily. Drag these guys in. Okay, tools, project. Okay, and manage. Okay, you can be a little careful about whether it's center aligned or not, and it basically Trello tells you when you are dragging around stuff, it is center aligned or not. So if you see at this moment, yeah, this is center and this is center like this. Okay, so you can go as nitpicky as you want. I want to type in the names. So this is Trello. Okay, that's one obvious thing which I want to say. I center align it. The second thing which maybe I would put in is Basecamp. Okay. Third thing I would put in is Asana. And fourth thing, let's see, Flow. Okay. I'm not sure about Flow. I would put in Jira because that's again popular. It's a project management, you can say, tool for mostly developers, but that's what they use. Monday.com, Arpit says, yeah, Monday is also good. It helps you plan stuff. And over here, I would just come in and let's try something. Because see, I can be lazy at times, and more than lazy, I am more thinking about whether this is going to, whether this can be made faster. So what I did is I just copied that image and I'm just coming here and saying paste, but that's not working out here. So it's okay. What I would just do is I would download these guys in square formats. Now again, square, because if you see your design, it's in square. So it will be faster for you also to, kind of adapt to the same sizes. So let's just save, and this is a JPEG file, it's not a PNG. Now, this is a challenge which happens at times wherein, you don't get the right files and all those things. It's okay. It's part and parcel. If you search for one or two more clicks, you will get it. Yeah, this is uh, done. Let's search for Basecamp. Okay, this is Basecamp. I like this. It has got small character in it, which works for us. Then we search for Jira. So PNG. Okay. Out here, if you see, this is Jira. Now, sometimes what happens is these things look transparent, but they are not transparent. Like if you see, this is a JPEG file when I'm saving. So this will come with this checkered background. Like there are some, I don't know who has done this around, but uh, that's one sad thing which has happened right now. Um, so I'll show you how to combat that also, but let's just save some. Okay, so this is also, this is PNG. So I'll save this. And we just want this small guy. I don't want this whole thing. So we'll check that out. Lastly, what was there? Basecamp, Shira, Hello, Asana. Asana logo PNG. Again, this is SVG, and this is white. So I think this should work for us. So just put this in. Okay, we come to Trello. What we do out here is click this file. Okay, upload image, and I'm just uploading all these files as it is, except for this SVG. Let's upload the SVG also. Let's see if SVG comes in. And actually, SVG is also coming in, so let's use that. So we've got the SVG file also, which is great. And now it's as simple as just putting these in wherever they belong. So how simple do you guys think this is? And do you guys think this is simpler than what you have in your mind when you are actually creating content? Please type in simple in the chat box. Okay. So we've got this. If we go really in, make this perfect. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. Um, if you are, going to be very much like if you want absolute perfection, then also we can do something. Let me just check. So I can actually crop these things. If I scale this guy up as much as I want, okay, what you're seeing right now is what I just did is something very simple. I am just double clicking on this thing. So I will scale it up as much as I want. Then I will crop it down. Okay, and cropping can be anyhow. So what this would help me to do is if I just center this guy out here, okay, and match up the crop lines, So That's it. And now I'm nudging it with my keyboard. So that's how you can get this done. So earlier you saw this was not fitting in. Now if it's not fitting after the crop also, I still can double click. I get the crop and I can place it in the center as I want. And that's how we can actually do it quite simply. Similarly, there are a few other things. Let's just fill them up. Jira, Basecamp. Now, this is what I was saying. You see this problem of this checkered background and all. There's a simple way to remove this. You could search for a new background also, but you could also go to something known as remove BG. Okay, and once you do this, so you're seeing the text is gone, and I don't care about the text. Honestly, I just want the logo. So I got this over here. Now, by default, on a free account, we get it for we only get to download the low res version of the JPEG or the image. So if you want a high res version of this, if your image file is something which is this is very small or something, then you need to go in for a paid version. तो राइट नाउ अपना काम इसमें चल जाएगा तो मैं चला रहा हूँ अगेन बिकॉज नीचे का वो पार्ट सही नहीं आ रहा था आई एम जस्ट tweaking it like this, done that, rotate it to match the alignment. And Jira is something which we want. Again, Jira is coming now over here. Again, I don't want to use the text with it. So I just double click this guy, crop this guy. Okay, crop it as little as possible because I just want the logo to be honest. And then I scale it up. Because this is a high res, it's a more than 2K ka resolution ka logo. When I downloaded it, I was checking that out. Okay, and that's how we do it. Now, this thing I don't want. I just want to give a message out here, maybe. So that message could be anything. What I would just do is come to text and fill in maybe a body text. Second, the body text has come over here. Okay, let's just what's your tool of choice? Okay, so again, what I am doing now, this is the marketer inside me, minus the designer, which is going on making things more engaging than what they are. So if you can do that, then that would really be, great. This part, just align it, and that's done. Okay. If you want to again change the color, and maybe we could maybe make it more brighter than what it is. Let's just come change the fill. Yeah, I like this. Yellow will certainly appeal to people more, I guess. Okay, let's look at it at 100%. Yeah, I like this. What say? So again, download it, JPEG, and I know this took some time, but still, this is way faster than any other way which we would have used otherwise, because we already got a ready-made template, we changed the color, we did everything. Yellow and black combination would work like crazy magic. So if I just change this to black, that will be a much better choice. So again, I would just download this thing. Sorry, just made that change, so downloading it again. Yeah, and place it there. Next, if I want to resize it, I just come over there, I say Instagram post, or else I say square graphic post, resize, and everything is laid out for me as it is. I just need to start resizing. So I can start resizing things like this, right? I can make all of these things bigger. Can I choose all of this and make bigger? Maybe that would be better. So let's see. Let's try something. So this background I'm deleting. I'm just selecting all of these guys, and scaling them. Some things have gone up above and beyond. So maybe you might want to save them in some way. So just keeping it like this. This is center. Neeraj raised hand. 1 second. Uh, can someone allow Neeraj to talk, because it would be great if he can talk and Okay, again, pick these guys up. Okay, background we are a yellow background, and that's what we have. We asked a question over here. Let's just select that question. अपना क्वेश्चन चला गया है, बट ठीक है, क्वेश्चन का कोई नहीं है इतना बड़ा. Maybe in the square post I don't want that question. That question maybe was for my story. And I'm done with this. That's my square post. So just imagine how much time is it taking for me to create one post, but not even one post, but multiple versions of the same post, right? And that's how we can actually make our life more productive. Again, let's just go here. Let's upload these things. Okay, that's our Instagram post, story, and otherwise. Awesome. I see you guys are enjoying this. I was seeing Neeraj raising his hand. Neeraj, I have unmuted you. I have actually allowed you to talk. Even unmute yourself and even ask a question. Is there some question you have?
Yeah, so I have 3 questions.
Okay.
What you're using is a free version of Trello and Crello both?
Trello is free. Crello is paid. I got a crazy lifetime deal last week. So I got it for $40.
Okay. And see, there are these Instagram posts, LinkedIn banners, everything is there. But what is the best version for making if I want to send on WhatsApp? Because that is the most commonest place where we send all these for me.
Okay. So WhatsApp, ideally, you could go in for maybe a story format, because if you see story, right? Let's just look at here. If you see the story ka resolution is 1080 by 1920, and most of the smartphones today, they have this particular resolution. Now, what happens on WhatsApp on Android and what happens on WhatsApp on iPhone, that is different. If you send a full screen image, it opens up little differently. So it basically depends. If you have more WhatsApp users on iPhone, I would recommend to you this format blindly. Otherwise, I would recommend go in for a safer format, which is a square.
Okay.
So which is like 1080 by 1080, because it will work everywhere the way it should.
And I saw that you were putting these photos in a specific folder and they started appearing in Trello on its own. Did it happen on its own or I missed something? So when you're saving this in a specific folder, like this project management, you saved it in a specific folder and it came on the Trello on its own, or how is it? You added in Trello manually?
I am uploading it. Like I go to each card and I go to this attachment. And I actually select that folder.
Yes, got it.
So this is where, yeah. Cool. Anything else?
But Trello is mainly used if you're working on too many projects and multiple people are working. Am I right? Or
It's not like that. If even individually you're working on a lot of things, because what happens is over a period of time in your project or in your work day to day, you might miss out on something or the other. So if you want to eh, divide your work into tasks, like you want to maintain your social media posts separately, so that you can prepare it once. Like right now, we are sitting on a Saturday, and we are creating this.
okay, got it. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thanks, Neeraj.
You can mute.
Yep. Thank you. So the next post, if you see, I have Janbuchke just thought of maybe one second. Can you guys hear me? Because I got a call in between, so I'm not sure. Okay, perfect. So Janbuchke, what I did is I made this post, which is more like a meme, because many people like to create memes and all these things, right? So I would just go ahead and just search for confused meme. Okay, something which is like this, and there are, if you go over here, one second, I would just say meme templates, or else even meme generators are great. So I would just, if someone is giving you that whole thing to create on its own, I would say use that. Now, here I would not stick to Crello or anything. If I can just create my meme, like this meme over here, I didn't even plan for it, but I'm seeing sad Pablo Escobar, which is crazy. So what I could just do is, what the heck is project management? Uh, so many folders. Yeah, so many tasks. Am I a noob? Okay. So basically, try to connect with the flavor of the day. Okay. And you can just do this. You can just say, generate me. And you're not logged in. If you want to claim, delete this image, blah, 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 all those things. I would just say open image in another way. I got this image out here, and that's it. I don't need to even go to Crello. What I am talking about is right now, if you ask someone today, do you believe in God? If you ask someone, do you believe in this religion, that religion? The trend today is to be agnostic. Okay. I don't know about that much, but what I would say is be agnostic in your tool choices. Do not stick to okay क्रेलो का ही मैंने पे किया है तो मैं उसका ही मीम उसमें ही जनरेट करूंगा. There is a simpler version. Memes are supposed to look like the one which I have shared with you, right? So you just need to go ahead and do. Again, I didn't stick to what my original idea was. Okay, PMP Agile Scrum. I saw that image. I got creative out there. I thought, okay, sad Pablo Escobar, can I use it? And this is what it is. Today you guys need to be so fluid in your marketing or in your content that you need to think of these things differently. Okay. uh, there's one more meme, I think, which, so there is this term which would come in every time, which is known as a sprint. Okay. And so this is what ideally the image of a sprint is. So what I would do is I would take this kind of image. Again, choosing the right images is very important. So I am making a choice, and I am making a choice very clearly, consciously, so that it gets attention. Okay. I did not choose this image. Okay. Because this is not showing my runner clearly, versus this image, which is very clear. Also, what is happening is I'm getting this blue space out here, which is negative space actually, which is known as the negative space. Out here also is there, but the glare of the sun is too bright and it will take all the attention away. So I like this, which is a perfectly contrasted image. These kind of images work on social media way better than these kind of images. Okay, because the idea, the objective, everything is very clear. Now, what I would do is I would come back to Trello. I would go to, let's say, a Square post, maybe an Insta post. And right now, I just want to create a post from scratch. And you could actually just do that. So I've got this post, and this thing came in here. Okay. Maybe the format for this post might be different, but let's see how we can use it. It's all about being creative, as I say. Okay, so I have this post, and this is just I'm using it for getting the right dimension. Now, what I did is I took an image. I might not need any text on it. If you look at the difference between international accounts using social media versus Indian accounts using social media, one of the things is international accounts also use simple images smartly. Okay, so for me, this is what my post is. Now, this depends on you guys, how you convince your marketer or you how you convince your client. But if I was the person, I would just use a plain image in my feed like this at a time and just see what the reaction is. Now, the whole idea over here was no, not that sprint. What I am doing is I'm showing an image of a sprint, okay, and I want to show कि no, not that sprint. So what I would tell my social media marketer is भाई ये जो चीज है ये कैप्शन में यूज कर ले. This is not for the image. And sorry, I have uploaded the wrong image. So I go out there, okay, and the correct image is this because this is in the square size which we have resized it. And yeah, that's it. If you want, like you could, how typically it would have been. I would have come over there. I would have been like, okay, let me add a text. This text is too small. Let me add maybe, this text. Okay, I don't want this Purka thing. And I would just say no, not this print. This also works ideally. Uh, and what I can do out here with these guys is I would change. Again, it depends on how bold you want to go with your approach. It could even be something as simple as this. And let me do something. Okay. So this is another way in which I can pitch the same idea. So what I am doing is for if I am working on something, I want to give my best and I want to actually tell my marketer, कि, okay, these are the options. If I give them 10 options or not 10, but chalo, at least 4 to 5 options, then they would maybe like this. Now you would think कि अरे ये image के ऊपर ये text इतना बड़ा डाल दिया है and you know what. This is also one of the styles in which you can say internationally right now it's known as the typographic style, and internationally a lot of content is being created like this. So what we just did is we created two options. One is a simple classic option of just showing the image, and the other is image along with this particular thing. Okay, the last thing is define a sprint, and I have got this definition out here. So I come to Trello again. Uh, I would just go into few simple posts now. I would just search for something. Um, just say view all Instagram पे. Let's just search for some, maybe this. Okay, sprint. I have copied my text actually. So if you guys are thinking, so I just paste it. This is my text. Okay, I don't want this particular guy. So I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this arrow. All I want is a simple definition. Okay. Again, I would play maybe with the font if possible. Mm, looking for a particular font. Let's see if I find it. Yeah. One second. No, not this. Yeah, I'm some looking for something which is little classic, like Meriwether is giving me that feeling. Or else, if Times New Roman was there, I would have used that. But I think I am good with this. I could, you know, adjust the letter spacing a bit, and this is it. Again, I would just create maybe one copy of this guy. So, or else I would just create a new text out here. One second. Or let's just duplicate this. Duplicate this guy and just say define. Okay. And this guy I will keep on top over here. And that's it. This is a simple text-based post which I am okay with. All your posts need not be earth-shattering in terms of the look and feel, and nothing. Not in the start. I would especially ask you to refrain from putting in a lot of effort behind those creators, because you will spend time and time only to notice no one is looking at it. Once you get your audience in, then you start experimenting with more bold forms of content wherein you spend time. Okay. Now I so this is how, if you guys see, we have created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 posts, including few variations. Okay, that is 8 over here, then 9 and 10. Yeah, so 10 posts till now in a span of uh, around an hour, okay, which is insane right now. So 10 posts, agar main pakadun, so it's like almost um, 6 minutes per post, approx averages out, and that's the time which it should ideally take. This is my next webinar, which I'm doing, which is bite-sized storytelling, the power of small content pieces. And it's on Saturday, 29th August. I am the speaker. The place we are going to meet is Zoom, but I don't have I have not created a template for this. So what I would just do is, Trello allows me to store my designs. So my last design, which I had created, was this guy. Okay, I really, for some reason, I like this design, so I'm going to just reuse it. So what I do is, put this thing out here, bite-sized storytelling. Okay, this time uh, I would come to one second. The power of small content pieces. Again, it's as simple as this. Power of small. So I'll just copy paste it. One second. Yeah, power of small content pieces. I would push this out here. Okay, if this was not being clearly visible, I would just make it clearly visible like this. Uh, this is Singularity webinars. Rehan, we discussed a name, right, for this thing. Can you tell me the name of the webinar series which we were thinking about? Okay, yeah. So the webinar series, this particular thing, it's we were being lazy with this, and we were not giving it the right name. We were just thinking the Singularity webinars. It's very lazy. So the name which we thought for this series is this is marketing. Okay. So ideally, what I can do is if I have got a series name and all those things, I can utilize it like this. I can start pushing in details. August 29, and that is a Saturday. And I just go with Saturday. Now you guys might think कि अरे यार ये color same ही है last time जैसा ही है and all those things. People people can come up with so many things. So what we can do is we can just change the background. And I don't know, for some reason I love yellow. I wanted to stop using yellow, but I don't know. I keep coming back to it. Let's say. So as you can see, I'm janbujke making these changes. Okay, and I can adjust this thing as I want. Like this is out here. Okay, like that. This is marketing. Maybe we go in with a different color for this guy. No, otherwise. Okay, I could just do this simple. This guy has come in here, and what I will do for this is, okay, just place it inside this box. Saturday 11 a.m. That's it. I am done with this. I don't want to think about this further. What I also want to not think about is this is one size which is Facebook. Okay, so this is for Facebook. I also want to promote this elsewhere. So I want to create an Instagram post out of this. I let's see Instagram highlight cover. Like highlight cover matlab. I can even set my own dimensions. So let's say if I want to create 10 different things out of this Twitter post, all those things, I can just click on resize. And the only resize which we might need over here will be two things. Let's say if there was a way. Okay. I'll just move this guy a little bit here. Choose the background, scale it up, choose this guy again, put this out there. Make this guy also bigger because there are some white pieces of the bubble which are coming in, which I kind of don't like. Put this guy here. So this much of resizing things and just moving around is part and parcel. That is okay. Okay. Power of small content pieces. Yeah. Yeah. Just make the space. So this is how I got my Twitter cover figured out. And basically, it's not about being perfect. It's about getting it done. Mm, this is, I think, the Facebook post. This is the Insta post. I'm worried about the Insta post because that is more important right now. I'll just increase this. Yeah. And if you see the way it's getting resized, it's beautiful. Like it's not giving me any problem. It's just happening the right way. Okay. This guy I can put in out there. Put this guy out here. This guy follows with this. And my Insta post is also done. I could, if I want, can make this in one line. It fits out here. Yeah. And so I am done with my Insta. So this is the power which you have in your hand when you actually start working with these kind of tools. These tools are way too simple for anyone to adapt. It just took me like maybe a few 1 or 2 hours, less than 1 hour, and I still don't know. Like when Priyanka asked me about uploading fonts, I frankly didn't know that particular answer. But then you figure it out, right? There will be, and whatever you guys think कि ये हो सकता है क्या, the answer would be yes. There must be some way to do it, but we just need to think of how. I also want to create a reminder post. Okay, so I'm just uh, event have I loaded? Yeah, I did. And even if I forget, right, it's all getting saved. All these things are available for me to actually, at any given point. These are my designs. So now if I just refresh it, there are 3 new designs which have been added. The benefit, if you're working on your laptop is not working, you could go use your friend's laptop and still your data is there. This is the beauty of cloud computing. Okay. How do we consider the safe zone while creating a post? Sometimes while uploading the image, text gets cropped. Ritika, what you could do is you could maybe create a template which can be created once you know of what the safe zone is. Okay, so you could go for safe zone Instagram uh, template, and I'm sure it should be there somewhere. Okay, so now let's say this is what they are saying: 250 pixels. Okay, so ideally they are saying 250 pixels ka safe zone chahiye. So you need a band of 250 pixels on you, and over a period of time, you will know where exactly not to keep that content. Okay, so upper se and niche se 250 pixels. So what I would do is, and this is, it can be done in so many ways, but I would just go 250 pixel by 250 pixel. So right now, this particular thing, if you see out here also, Ritika, it is 250 by 250. I will save this. Okay, I'll save this out here. I'll go on to Instagram. Sorry, Krello. I'll go to Instagram story because that's what we are looking at. And I will come to my files. I'll upload that 250 by 250 ka pixel to there. Here. Okay, it's maybe in a different format, so it's giving that issue. 1 second. Why? Why are you giving me that issue? Save image as. Okay, it's a GIF file. Okay. We could just look at some other thing. This is also 250 by 250. Save image. This is a PNG file. This will open for sure. Go to Krello. Okay. Add that particular file. नहीं ये 250 by 250 नहीं है but गलत है. Not coming like that. Crazy. Mm-mm-mm. Let's just see. It's a good question. Okay, what I would recommend, if you see any of these fine. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So if you guys see this particular story, right? Uh, Ritika, they have already taken care of that safe zone down here. Okay, so ideally, I would assume this is your safe zone. So if you go to any of these, if you see learn more and all these things, कहाँ पे आ रहा है? It's coming above that safe zone. Now, do not think out here on top, safe zone नहीं है. यहाँ पे क्या होता है? Safe zone is always used for elements or text, basically. It's not used for, it's used for mainly text. Now, your image which is there, वो अगर जा रहा है safe zone के बाहर, वो चलेगा. But आपका text नहीं कटना चाहिए, and that's where. So, I would say go through these templates. You will find automatically they are optimized for Instagram stories. So your safe zone is taken care of if you use a template earlier only. Okay. Pushing forward. Okay, was here to now create a reminder post. So I would just search for maybe a reminder if there is any. Go to social media. Hmm, Reminder. Reminder. ऐसा क्यों? Anyways, I would search for event, and there are event design templates. The Trello is crazy. This event reminder. Let's see. Okay. These guys are crazy like this. Let's just go in here and let's just choose some. I would just go further below and see if there is something which I can actually use. So
Hi, Jeet. Is there a way to basically go in the search box and search for something what you're looking for, some keyword or something?
this is what I'm seeing, but it's basically sticking to the main category. It's not going inside that category. If I see, so if I go to Instagram and I would say reminder, so it does not. It's picking that as a keyword under templates. So in the template, if there is Instagram, it will go over there. So they need to optimize this. Maybe a feedback. for these guys would help for them to address this issue. But yeah,
Maybe if you just put up a word reminder.
no, it's not. It's not doing that. If I'm putting a reminder, it's showing me a planner. So it's taking the word reminder under design templates and showing me a planner. So which does not help me, right? So what I would actually need is it to go inside social media posts and then search for reminder, but still it's not helping me. So if I do that, look at this, it's coming out. So that's a problem at these guys kind, but it's okay, minor thing. Okay, I think this is fun. Okay, so I like this creator, you know. So it's like what's happening with us right now. We are all distant and everything. And what I would just tweak this as is a friendly reminder. I hope to see you online tomorrow. Okay. And so all this crazy messages of flattening the curve, I don't want to talk about those. I want to say learn at home and stay at home. And that's how we got this. So again, not optimized for a square post or something. I'll create a square video post. Scale these guys up the right way. Maybe ये ऊपर रहेगा, you know. So let's do this. और बड़ा कर सकते हैं. Yeah. Maybe I can make a choice. I want the text to be on top and the creative to be below. Basically, the reasoning behind that is we tend to see motion first. So we will obviously see the movement. But there's an other idea also that after we see the movement, our eyes would tend to go on the color, which is on top, which is the blue color. So that's how I could, think of this. And I like this actually, a reminder. Again, you could create a GIF, you could download that GIF, you could WhatsApp that GIF to people. That would also be pretty cool. And we got this. I just need to message someone. Okay. Stories by feedback is a good option for different options for that. Yeah, Dishant, that does sound good. And we got ourselves a reminder. So more or less, we are through with. I am through with even creating the post for my next webinar. So which is crazy. And the next thing, I don't know. We are at 12:40. So the next thing which I just wanted to talk to you guys about was carousels, because right now you're seeing a lot of carousel. The idea behind carousels is it's 10 pieces of information which you can share with someone, and it has a certain flow to it. It has a certain way how you build that flow. But what I would like to just go over here is not how that flow can be created, but what the thought is and how can we create that. So right now, everyone is thinking about the new normal and everyone is talking about the new normal and this and that. And this is where I would like to, so I just thought of this. Basically, first there was a man, then there was work. He used to dwell out of his home. Then came a time of Corona. Our man found himself at home. He found homework. Then work found him at home. So now he works from home. He thinks is this normal, while everyone says this is the new normal. Okay, so this is just a very simple rambling which I went with, and I created, this sort of a flow. Now, the man is completely interchangeable by woman. That is something which I also I have mentioned, because then obviously we live in a world where everything, everyone, each gender and each orientation is equal, right? So I want to also push that message in. So this is how I have created this. Now, the way to go about this, I wanted to create a carousel, and the carousel which I wanted to create was basically on Google Slides. Okay. So on Google Slides, what you can do is this is, one of the templates which I had created earlier for myself. And what I would do is hashtag the, let's say this is hashtag work from home. Okay. So this is basically a template which I have created for myself, which I use whenever I feel like creating content. I would, create content in this way. So this entire script is a typographical script. Basically, it is how I want to uh, put this, like put this information out there. So what I would do is I'll just go ahead and create it like first there was a man. Okay. Again, if I want to get more emphasis on certain word, I would increase that particular size, and so on and so forth. Sorry. So again, this is a counterintuitive way of creating content. I am thinking janbujh ke not to use Photoshop, not to use any other thing. Even let's say if some of you say कि अच्छा Canva is maybe free Canva में इतना काम नहीं होता or something like that, and you want more. So this is something which you guys could also think of. Interchangeable thing is, yeah. So first there was a man, and this is singularity.in, Jeet Tajani. Okay, cool. This comes up, and what I have said next, then there was work. So put in this part. Now this completely is dependent on your storytelling, how you guys are envisioning your content coming to life. This has nothing and absolutely nothing to do with, um, you can say ki it's to be done in this way. Okay. I actually like this particular placement. So what I'm going to do is I'll come to this guy, I'll put in that content there, and I will then just adjust this guy to match that same place. Delete delete this because this was just reference. So it becomes like this. Okay. There are some changes in this. This is 61. I would just again reduce this size to 61 because for me, what's more important is consistency. Like it should be in the same place. So first there was a man, then there was work. Uh, Again, how you create carousels, that is something which you might take some time thinking about. But this is just a simple example. You don't need images or anything out there. He used to dwell out of his home, and I would say for work. Okay, right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then next. ऑब्वियसली स्क्रिप्ट, अगर आप लोग पूछोगे स्क्रिप्ट बनाने में कितना टाइम गया, मैं बोलूंगा 5 मिनट गया, आप बोलोगे कुछ भी बोल रहे हैं, बट उतना ही टाइम गया. Then came a time of corona. Okay? And as I'm making this, I am continuously thinking of ways in which, visually I can also play this. I have few ideas. We'll try those. Arman found himself at home. Okay. Okay. So essentially, it is so simple, and we are creating all these 10 images right now. If you think about it, it's crazy. He found homework, and this was basically homework is basically nothing else but when Corona started, everyone started doing, utensils and sweeping and swabbing and whatnot, and people started tweeting about it. So that's why I said the initial idea was everyone was gung-ho about, "Hey, I am doing work myself. I'm doing homework," and then it hit people in a very bad way because start में लग रहा था छुट्टी है, then it hit people in a very bad way कि work found them home. And we all are questioning ourselves today after 3 4 months or 5 months of staying in this way. We are questioning ourselves ki, is this what life is now? So that's what the idea over there was. And everyone, media and all these guys, they are going on, literally it's like irritating. They are all saying the same thing ki, this is the new normal, and I don't know whether to believe that or not. So, and I ended up, so the last post every time in a carousel, make it engaging, make it like a question which people can answer, and that would really be a good way to keep your content engaging. Okay, so this is like, do you agree? And because I want people to answer that, I will keep it on the other side. Okay, now there is a very simple funda behind this. Uh, when you look at paper or when you look at anything which is like even your TV screen or your mobile screen and all, the left is always considered to be, okay. The left means this corner is considered to be the past, and right is considered to be future. Okay. Now, ये मनगढ़ंत कहानी नहीं है. If you see the way we write English and the way we write, languages, it goes from left to right, and that is considered progress. Whereas more traditional oriented or more conventional religions, like you could take Islam for example, they write right to left, and they have a very different idea from the other parts of the world. So if you go to a Islamic country, their rituals and all they will be heavily centered around them. In India, even though we are into, let's say, there are Hindus and all these guys, we would say, हाँ वो भी बहुत traditional है, but they are still, moving out of it. The culture is kind of going away. Whereas in Islam, they are very much rooted to their culture, which is great in a certain way. So that's where we need to sort of think about this idea, and that's where the whole idea comes in of left is the past and right is the future. So you would also see in movies, if you see protagonists, okay, if they are depressed or if they are not understanding what to do, the director will show them coming from the right to the left, and if they found something and something, they would go from left to right. Okay, so this is a well established fact. You guys could do your research on that. uh, Anyways, so this is what our carousel looks like. Okay, and I like a carousel. Obviously, we have this here. We have said interchangeable by women. Then there was work. Now, what I want to do is I want to use this space interestingly. So, can I, work definition? can I use a definition of work? And sometimes the definition of work might be crazy, like work in physics measures. Okay, so work here, an activity, blah 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 blah. So I like this definition. What I will do is I will come over here and I will put this in. What I don't like is मेरा text change हो रहा है. तो अगर ये टेक्स्ट ऐसे चेंज हो रहा है, उसका सोल्यूशन आपको चाहिए तो क्या करो, ब्राउजर के यहाँ पे एड्रेस बार में डाल दो, उसको फिर कॉपी करना. ओके, बिकॉज आपका पूरा फॉर्मेटिंग निकल जाएगा एंड वॉट एवर फॉर्मेटिंग यू हैव गिवन वो रहेगा. ओके, यू गाइज आर लर्निंग ऑल माई सीक्रेट्स, बट that's cool. You guys are attending this webinar. Uh, okay, he used to dwell out of his home for a work, and it's like, job. So I want to write job, business, service, you name it. Everything was, uh, everything required your presence physically. Okay. So this is how I'm just talking about the job, business, service, everything required your presence physically. Then came a time of Corona, pandemic, hello. Is it true or not? Uh, we may never know. Okay. So this is just making it interesting so that when people read it, they are, high, because maybe not everyone will read it over there, but people will still. Now here I want the definition of home. So I will just go home. The place where one lives permanently, blah blah blah. Let's use that. I like it. Again, उसका formatting निकालना है. Okay, done. Found homework, uh, homework. Okay, not to be mistaken by the cool uh, definition of homework. This literally meant people working, uh, people doing menial tasks that they would otherwise in India hire house help, house helpers for. Okay, hire a house help for. I don't know. Even if that English is not perfect, I don't care. Then work found him at home. Zoom entered the era of Zoom calls, Microsoft Teams, and more. Okay. Alas, what can you do? Not Netflix and chill all the while, right? So talk in the way, in a very human way, okay, and that would really help us. He thinks, is this normal? Not to be answered. Okay, this is a question which I don't want to answer, and come back to this. So this is how I have created these 10 slides, and my work here is done. I am, I am happy with this. Only thing which I am not happy with is this alignment, which for some reason has gone kaput again. So let's just adjust that. Okay, you see what I'm doing here? I'm just adjusting this so that it matches it perfectly. It's not important, but I want it that way. Is a song by Backstreet Boys. Sorry for that bad joke. Yeah, so I'm done. What I would just do is, and this is the beauty of, you can say this, I can just download this. Okay. This is a social media carousel. I come to, yeah, this is it. Work from home. Okay. As a PDF, I can download it. Done. I can go onto my LinkedIn. Okay. And this is a post which I would want to post on LinkedIn. I would just say add a document, choose file, work from home, hashtag, hashtag the story of our lives. Okay. Or else I would name. This is the title it's asking me. So this is work from home our story. Okay. Let's not think much about it. And you have got this document over here and just goes out there. Okay, I will post this after we talk. There were other slides as well, which is not part of arousal. I deleted those. Cool. So if you see right now, Ritika, there's only this, and if I present it, it's awesome. Done. So yeah, and that's how you create a carousel right in Google Slides, which not many people look at as a suitable tool for this. You could also download each slide as an image if you want to post this on Instagram, because PDF will not go on Instagram. So you could just say this thing JPEG image, and you will get all the images separately or PNGs, and then you could upload it on Instagram. Done deal, man. I am good right now. I am really feeling happy about this whole webinar. I am taking in few questions. If you guys have more questions, just keep on adding on the question and answer round, question and answer module. Neeraj is asking, is Trello simpler compared to Canva? I think you guys saw it right now. Okay, so you guys tell me, is it simpler or not so simple as compared to Canva? But I would say it doesn't matter. It is simple. Canva is also simple. I can do the same thing in Canva, but I like the interface of Trello and I find it more easier for me to use. Okay. Uh, Maswati is asking which one is better, Canva or Trello? Again, the same answer. Both work brilliantly. Are you using free version of Trello? Yes. Trello is a paid version. Roshni says Trello has more options to use from. Okay, thank you for that, Roshni. Which is the best version for sending WhatsApp? This I answered already. Neeraj is saying taking images for Google, does it invite copyright issues? Yes, Neeraj, you're right. You should always use stock images, and you could go on to a few stock sites like there is Pixabay, there is Pixels, there is Unsplash, and these sites will give you free to use stock images. Also, a good idea if you guys are doing social media work a lot, you could take in an account of Envato Elements. It comes at a cheap rate of just $29 a month. Okay, and with this, what you'll get is you'll get a lot of templates, but you'll also get crazy amount of photos. Okay, and when I say photos, they are basically stock images. So Envato elements, you guys can check that out. That can actually help you a lot in terms of stock images and all, and high quality stock. Not, you're not a bad place to start. Okay, Neeraj, how many designs does it allow? Is there a limit? Um, there is a limit. Obviously, as I'm using the lifetime version, for me there is no limit. And I would say if there is a deal out there which would help you guys also in the future, I would make sure to, send it across to you so that you guys can take advantage of that deal. Okay. Fonts you recommend for social posts? I would say the safest font would be, there's no such font, but the safest font out there is a clean sans serif font, might be Montserrat. Okay, it might be Helvetica if you can use. Gotham is there. Babus New is there. Uh, I really like Playfair Display. It's not a sans serif font, but for the serif font, I really like Playfair Display, which I have used over here. And if you see the sans serif font which I'm using is Montserrat. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Feel free to ask. It would really help others also. And please understand, no question is stupid. So if you are thinking कि अरे ये कैसे पूछूं, पूछ लो, मजा उसमें आएगा. I think this covers it all. Guys, I would really appreciate the feedback. Okay. How can I make this session better? This is, by the way, our next, you can say, webinar which we are going to do, and that is going to happen next, like on Saturday, next Saturday, coming Saturday. The webinar is on bite-sized storytelling, wherein I explore the power of small content pieces, because right now our attention spans have become way smaller than what it is. So this is where I would recommend you guys to join us, and it would be great to hear from you guys. Public, if you guys are awake, please message yes. Okay, Dishant is awake, I can see. Okay, awesome, awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. I hope, is there anything else you guys want me to cover on this topic? If not, let's end this by saying clear. And especially thanks a lot. Actually, I know there's Ganesh Chaturthi today, so wish you guys a very happy Ganesh Chaturthi. And I really appreciate for you guys to take out the time today on a Saturday, on a Ganesh Chaturthi, and catch up for this. So thanks a lot, guys. Cheers. Stay safe. Bye bye.